I'm trying to become the #1 hero in Minecraft as Deku, and here's some villains that will stop me on my journey to become the #1 hero. Alrighty, we're in the world of My Hero Academia, and we got the best quirk of them all, One for All. Alright, maybe it's not that good. I then collected the bonus chest and greeted an officer and some students.
Now, they haven't shot me yet, which is... I want to report you, sir.
I also collected some wood, and then some stone and coal. I then made some tools, and then I tried to stop some villains.
I will uphold this. Oh wow, he has... Ooh, okay. Alright, maybe... let's let the heroes handle this.
Time to show you our stats card, which shows you how much XP you have and your rank. When you level up, you get points which you can use to increase your health, power and stamina. Health is pretty obvious, and power increases your power. I think I could never tell if it made me stronger. And stamina allows you to use your quirk for longer. And the last page shows you the moves you can unlock. I then defeated some villains.
Alright, we just killed a bunch of... we arrested a bunch of villains.
I made a furnace and killed some animals to make some food so I could heal. I then killed a student because I needed to level up. It's for the greater good. While exploring, I got attacked by Inasa and then died to Hanzo. Anyway, the friendly fire in this mod is very annoying and one of the major flaws. Day 2, I started the morning with some crime fighting. I then continued exploring and then killed some more animals, and while exploring, I found someone familiar.
Where's Bakugo? He should be somewhere here. That's not Bakugo.
I then tried to save some police, but I decided to save myself instead.
I'm good, no.
And to redeem myself, I took out some villains. I then made a boat to explore the ocean, and while boating, I killed some villains. And after a while, I found a super cool island with a bunch of trees and a massive clearing in the middle. I then found a shipwreck which I looted. I then continued exploring to see if I find something better. Spoiler alert, I don't. I come back and place down a bed. I then made some chests and a furnace and crafting tables. I then collected a lot of wood from this cool forest, and I hope it doesn't get burnt down. After getting a lot of wood, I decided to fly in the area so I can make a nice house which definitely won't get set on fire. I decided to start the first goal, which is to make a house. I placed some pillars with logs and fill in the gaps with planks. I collected more logs to make the roof because I wanted to make a log cabin, and that needs a lot of logs. I continued to collect some more logs. I placed down the logs, but I needed more, and I made a sword and collected some more logs. And while going there, I saw the sludge villain and I tried to defend the island. I then gave up and collected some more logs. The next day, I filled in the remaining gaps with planks. I moved my stuff inside and made some holes for windows. So I collected some stone for a lot of furnaces. Day 8, I collected some sand, but while trying to get home, I saw Rapper just chilling in my base. So I had to lure him away, and I died in the process. But he wasn't in my base, so I won that round. I smelted the glass and filled in the gaps, and killed some zombies and leveled up my health. And I got to level 5, which means I learned a new ability called Leap. I then went to the mainland to explore. While exploring, I killed some villains and officers and students for XP. While exploring, I found the entrance to a dungeon, so I decided to explore. I got some cool resources, but it was kinda boring. I went to the surface and used my Leap ability to jump around the place. Day 11, I did some mining and cooking, and later on I found a cool village with a free set of iron armor, which ticks another task off the list. I then confiscated some contraband. Day 12, I killed some villains taking a swim. Going further in the ocean, I tried to kill the sludge villain. And that's another task off the list. I then returned home to store some stuff. While I was home, I decided to make a little farm for some animals. I hope nothing bad happens, or I hope I don't forget it. I then flattened some more land to make a farm. I tilled the land and planted some seeds. I definitely won't forget about this farm or get rid of it in the future, or replace it with a worse one. I also made some bullets. Day 14, I tested the gun on a student. Don't judge me. I then killed some more students for XP. After killing them, I decided to continue exploring. I then took down some villains and leveled up to level 10, which means I get a new move. Wow, that does a lot of damage to me, so I won't be using it. I I continued exploring and found a cold biome with an ice pyramid. I killed some skeletons and went down to the loot room, but there was tripwire and all the loot got blown up. There were tons of villains in the area, so I killed them. I then found another dungeon while exploring, so I explored some of it. The next morning I killed the sludge villain and then I killed him again, which leveled me up. I then killed Scavenger somehow, and after that I killed an entire gang of villains. I saw Hanzo fighting someone and decided to swoop in and steal the kill. And that's another task down. While tending to the farm, I was jumped by some villains, so I ran around the house and attacked them from behind. Next time, I'm turning off mob griefing. I then decided to make a mineshaft, but I didn't want it to make it outside because of this. So I made some stone fences and a little area with a spiral staircase in the corner of my base. And then I went to level 12.
Alright, I thought I'd keep this in. Found some diamonds the minute I pressed stop record. So yeah, see how we get. 8 diamonds, nice. Yeah, I had to fortify my base because someone destroyed it.
I think it was me. I then made some new iron armor and a katana and some tools. I then tried to kill Cementos. I also tried to kill some villains and died. I then went exploring. I then attacked Hanzo again, but I died. Also, Inasa is super powerful. I then found a village and died to Darby. Then I died to Hanzo's, and again, and on the third attempt, I killed him. Day 34, I just killed some animals. I then fought Bakugo. Then I did some leveling up by killing everyone. And after some levels, I managed to unlock my 4th ability, Full Cowling. And right now, I'm only able to use 10% of One for All. But for every 10 levels, I'm able to use another 10% without harm. See? I then went down into the mine to get some obsidian. I then made some more armor, but I needed to enchant them with everything and mending because armor will get destroyed in a few fights, or even one fight. I made some bookshelves and some new armor, but I needed more books, so I went around to the dungeons to collect some. I also went around the rivers to collect some sugarcane. I went home and made some bookshelves and placed down the enchantment table, and luckily enough, I had enough for level 30. I then enchanted my armor and got some decent enchants. I then made a grindstone to get rid of some enchantments. I then made a nether portal so I can go into the nether for quartz. That didn't go well. I then spent some time getting XP and enchanting.
Right, I enchanted some armor. I didn't want to put it on yet so I wouldn't damage it. It's got a pretty good sword, no looting. And oh yeah, there was a small fire. Should have noticed that, but I didn't, and all of it got destroyed and my bookshelves.
I now have some good armor, so I decided to fight people, starting with Rappa, who is on the list.
Retreating here. If Deku sudden.
Good strategy. I then continued the fight while using One for All at 30%.
It's a smash.
That's one more toss down. I then went and trained with Bakugo. I returned home and took revenge against Inasa. Day 43, I decided to cover my wooden house in stone, because wood in this world is never safe and will be burnt to ash. The shell was done and I had to fill in the base with torches because I covered up the windows. I then went to the dungeons to collect some stone brick because I was planning to build the best superhero HQ the world has ever seen. When I got back, I flattened a massive area for the HQ. I even got rid of the farm that I never used, and the chicken farm, which I forgot about. After everything was flat, I started building massive pillars and connecting them. I then added a corridor and some more pillars to give it more shape. I added another corridor and another room, so the HQ is even bigger. After the room was done, I decided to connect all the pillars, so that's what I did. I then decided to fill in the gaps with different types of brick because it made it look cool. I then ran out of stone, so I collected some more. Day 48, I filled in more of the gaps, but I realized I accidentally filled in one of the corridors, so I had to get rid of it. I then filled in some holes in the ground around the area, and then continued filling in the walls. I managed to fill in all the walls, and all that was left was the roof. So I used mossy cobblestone and regular cobblestone to fill it in. When I finished the roof, I made a lot of iron bars so I can put them on the roof, so it looks just like a school roof. Here's a reference. I then made a bunch of torches so the inside wouldn't spawn a bunch of mobs. After the base was lit, I then decided to do another task by fighting Deku. That was super close.
Alright, I forgot to press record. You wanna know what happened? Helmet broke. I had to repair my armor. Now I'm game mending.
I realized that I needed a lot of paper, so I went out looking for rivers with sugarcane. After a day of searching, I got enough paper to trade with. And when I returned, I got mending really quickly.
No.
Which was super lucky. But I needed emeralds, which I don't have, so I had to add another task on the list. I needed a way to get tons of Emmys, so I came up with the idea of trading sticks for emeralds with the villagers. I don't know why I called them Emmys. This was a very tedious and annoying process. I then got enough Emmys to lock in the mending trade. But I needed more, so I went back to stick trading. This took a long time. After getting some Emmys, I killed the 2 villagers and found some more villagers. I found a bunch of them in the building. I blocked off the entrance and started giving them jobs. Well, tried to. Anyway, I got a lot of Emmys, so I went home to store some stuff. I then went to buy the mending books. 4 for my armor and 1 for my sword. My helmet was broken, so I had to make another one, but I didn't have enough diamonds. So I made some more picks and went mining. And while mining, I found an underground mine shaft. I also found this ice mine shaft. I found enough diamonds to make a helmet. Then I got a ton of wood for sticks. And I sold the villagers' bookshelves, so I could replace the ones that were burnt. And after that, I did some mining for more diamonds. I then got enough diamonds to make another helmet. And also, I went out to kill some characters for XP. But that didn't give me enough because of my mending armor. So I made some iron armor and went into the nether to make XP. To mine XP. You can't make XP. I then decided to make Deku's armor, but I needed the previous sets of armor.
But I need a lot of green dye, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I found a desert off camera.
I then made a stone wall around the cactus to protect them. I then boiled meal some potatoes so I can cook them. I then collected all the golden apples I made earlier and made some golden carrots. I then killed some people for XP and started a fight with Deku. I died, but so did he.
Are you sure about that?
I then fought another Deku and died. I then killed a third Deku and got his uniform, which means I need to make 1 less item. I then collected the potatoes and smelted some cactus. Oh yeah, I also enchanted a bow. It's not the best, but it gets the job done. I gathered all the wool I have and turned them into fabric to make Deku's armor. I needed black dye, so I killed some squid. I collected some cactus and smelted it. I then went back into the nether to get golden nuggets. I then made Deku's leggings. I needed some red dye to make his boots, so I went out to collect some roses, and then I made his boots. I collected some ink for his boots, and while leaving the ocean, I killed Rapper and he dropped his cool mask. Side note, Shei Hasaikai, I'm probably butchering that name, but anyway, they may be evil, but they got some cool masks. I then put on his armor with Rapper's mask, and I looked pretty cool. I then decided I wanted to go to the end, but I needed ender pearls, so I made a cleric villager so I can buy them. I then went out at night to get some zombie flesh. After leveling up the villager, I bought 1 pearl. I then got a bunch of sticks for enemies. I then bought some more enemies. I then went into the nether to kill some blazes for blaze rod. And also I found a fortress earlier while getting XP. I then did some more trading for enemies and pearls. But while trading, something or someone killed my villagers. I then made another cleric villager. I then killed some more villains and mobs. I then harvested some more potatoes. I then decided that buying ender pearls was going to take too long, so I went into the nether to kill endermen. Later on, I decided to take another task off the list by killing Darby.
That was easy.
I then killed a lot of villains for more XP. I then went out looking for the stronghold, so I'm just going to skip to the end. After a long time, I found the stronghold. I explored a bit and found the portal. I then prepared myself and went in. I bridged to the island so I can destroy the crystals. I then took down another crystal. I also used my quirk to destroy the crystals. After all the crystals were done, I took on the dragon. I killed the dragon and collected its egg. And placed it down in the second bedroom. Day 79, I killed Bakugo and got his head, which was pretty morbid. I then killed a lot more students. In the morning, I killed a lot of villains and people to level up because I was super close to unlocking my final ability. I finally got to level 50 and unlocked Not gonna lie, it was kind of underwhelming. Also kind of annoying because it flings the enemy super far away. Because I was level 50 and had the I felt confident enough to challenge Muscular. I then continued exploring for some reason. I think it was to get some XP as well. I then returned home and enchanted a katana with looting 3 so I could kill some wither skeletons to summon the wither. I got looting 3 but I couldn't combine it with my sword because my anvil was broken. So I went into the mine to get some iron. I made the anvil but I couldn't combine it because it was too expensive. I then got the skulls really quickly, like super quickly. Like I got 2 in a row. The third one took longer but it wasn't too bad. But before I fought the wither, I had to tend to my potato garden. After preparing, I summoned the wither, but while waiting for it to activate, I was ambushed by Muscular. Also, look at this amazing save. I then took out Muscular but died in the progress. I then tried hitting the wither, but I missed. I then bowed him and then swung my sword. I then died and decided to use the and he was flung away because of the United States of Smash. However, I didn't realize it and I thought it was bugged. I then found him on the other side of the island. I killed him and I got the star. I made an item frame and placed it down next to the Ender Dragon egg. What an amazing trophy room. I then decided to level up for the last 3 fights. I went around the island to find an endeavor that isn't damaged. I then found one and started the fight. Because I was worried about Nomu and the All for One fight, I decided to get to level 70 just to be safe. It was day 98 and I saw the Nomu in the distance. Also, the Nomu has a super funny walk. That was easy. A bit too easy. I knew it, there was another one. The second fight was a lot harder. I then decided to try and do some research on where All for One is by using a lectern. I finally located him, and he was right behind us on the island. I then made a boat and set sail. When I got to shore, I was ambushed by his lackeys. I then saw All for One, and with the help of Endeavor, I attacked. The fight was pretty difficult as he does so much damage, and I take damage from using One for All, but I pushed past my limits and beat him. After killing One for All, I killed Endeavor because he was super annoying in the fight because I have no fire protection. I then went back to the base to make a report.
What's this? League of Villains. Join us. What does this say? Job opening, #1 villain, requirements, learn just be evil. Why should you become a villain? Why not? Join today. You know what? I might just do it.
And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more My Hero vids, smash the like button and subscribe. And I'll be doing more anime vids, so if you like Minecraft anime, stay tuned to the channel. Anyway, see you later.